supposed to drink this early?
No, that's just for you.
You are not supposed to drink ever. Anyways, where is that place?
Well, you said you wanted to get that shell there carved up, so you're probably gonna want to see the smithing and crafting shop, which is in the plaza. His place of business is, well, also in the plaza. And if he's drinking, he's either drinking by himself or drinking in our best equivalent of a tavern. So...
Am I right to guess that's also in the plaza?
That's a little bit... Maybe I'll just draw you a quick map. It won't take too long to sketch. As he starts sketching out the map.
While he's doing that, can I do an Arcana check to see where, like, the strongest bit of magic in this town is?
You can. I'm pinging where the hunters...
Okay.
This, like, gray building right here?
Yeah, the gray rectangle in the ward.
As soon as he points out where it is, I'm on my way.
So you all splitting up to try and hunt for this guy?
I'm just going to that place, and then I'll... this is the tavern, or...
That's the hunter's ward.
Okay,
yes.
That's
Let's
his
leave
place of
Celeste to try and convince someone to help us.
I am back.
Hey, my charisma's good. I just don't know how to use it.
Sure you do.
sorry.
It's called Eldritch Blast.
You goddamn right, brother.
Did I miss?
Yeah, I'm about to add Eldritch Blast this town.
There's a hunter who might help us get through the desert.
Oh.
I'm on my way there.
Nim follows Celeste. And waves goodbye to the dude. And says, bye.
I don't even turn around.
Well, yeah, because I'm not saying bye to you.
No, I mean I don't turn around to look at the group or him. I get the location and I'm gone.
One quick thing, Bandit. If I could ask for a bit more, Mister. Do you know anything about this? And then I'm gonna pull out the shovel.
So, hold on. I think I put the file in.
Map of Zanzibar. It's there. Oh, that's the map of Zanzibar village.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
I am
Village in Zanzibar.
fucking smart.
Oh yeah, I know.
Listen
but it
here.
can be done now. How we know?
Un momento. I was in the wrong maps thing. World maps. There we go.
My cup of coffee was really
Good.
Yeah, there we go. Nice.
So, anyway, you pull out the shovel and he's like,
I pull out the shovel and I like sort of offer it to him and be like, you know anything about this by any chance?
he takes it and is like, well, it's a shovel, if that's what you're asking. And he kind of
Well, more so about the letters on the it's engraved on the handle or the blade?
It's engraved on the handle.
Yeah, so I'll direct him towards that. It's like more so like the letters on the handle. You know who this might belong to?
Well, let me take a look. I'm guessing you didn't pass by a young man and a gaggle of people on your way through the forest, huh?
There were people with him.
Not exactly. We sort of found it and something else on the road.
What else did you find?
Bless you.
Bless you.
I'm going to. Is there anyone else around besides just the owl bears and like us?
I don't know. Did Tiala go somewhere?
Well, like us,
I think she was
as in like the party, and this one guy.
No, not really. Besides the owl bears and the ones in the pens.
All right, so I'll bring out the body. Don't want to just bring out a body in front of some random people.
No, that's fine. We're in Zanzibar.
Yeah, but
That's
like,
how we get shot.
yeah, it's basically like, it's basically wrapped up as if it's ready for like a funeral. It's like, I take it you know who this is. We happened to find him underneath that, and then if the shell's right next to me, I'm just gonna gesture to it. Underneath that, flail snail.
He kind of holds the shovel in one hand and just starts running just like squeezing his forehead in the other. You know, like rubbing his pointer and thumb across his head.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We
you wouldn't be stupid enough to be asking who the body belonged to if you killed him himself.
I figured from my first impression of Zanzibar that the first thing anyone would want to do with this body is give it a proper funeral.
He reaches out and puts a hand on your shoulder and he's like, "You did good, son. You did good." This, he kind of picks the shovel up, a little bit dejected, and he's kind of just waving it around. He's like, "This was my nephew's."
That.
Yeah. Betsy and Dink's dad's son.
Yep.
That's Zanzibar. Well, I suppose I can get the body delivered back with the two of them. But I bet you by the time I get back there, he'll already know he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
People don't go missing. He was probably supposed to be there by now. There was literally no one else with him.
If there was anyone there, they would probably succumb to the same fate just a little bit quicker. But we didn't come across no one else.
That's 13 people down.
Oh.
That's an unlucky number.
He kind of just runs his fingers across the shovel. I'm sorry, boy. You gotta just give me a second.
I understand. We'll probably be in town for a bit. But I hope you... I'm sorry. And then with that, I'm just gonna try to step away with the snail shell.
So glad Samson was the one who took care of that.
Yeah.
Anyone else would have botched that.
So he's gonna let you take Dink with the shell because, well, the shell's bigger than you.
Yeah.
Down to the shop.
And he knows that, like, we're obviously good to return him. It just needs a little help.
Yeah, but,
Come on now, Mr. Dink.
And he doesn't really say much. He just starts walking back into the house. Building. Yeah, building. So, yeah, mission accomplished. Drop body off.
We did it. We're damn good. What the fuck are you laughing at? What even happened?
Okay, so there's this game I really like that, like, will just give you random side quests for just picking up an item in the world and just bringing it to whoever owns it. And whenever you finish the side quest, like, this, like, cheery little jingle plays. It's like, da 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 da.
Congratulations, body delivered.
Yeah, it's just like you delivered the body of this guy's dead nephew.
Okay.
Da, 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 da.
All right, I'm with the joke. I'm with the joke.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's so funny. Just you.
That's so fucked.
Yeah.
All right, what's happening at the Hunter's Lodge?
Yeah, I guess while we're over here being crybabies.
The dynamic duo goes to the Hunter's Lodge.
Bro, don't leave us alone. You don't want this.
Yes, we do.
You
I
don't
kind
want
of
this.
do.
So, you know, there's a few people as you're walking through the village. They're kind of like double taking at you. Some
And
pay
wave
you no
to all
mind.
of them.
Does anybody give us a particular nasty look?
If they are, they're holding it back.
Good, because I'd give it to him right back. Okay, let's keep going.
Yes.
It's waving.
You do you, Bamf. But yeah, you get to the Hunter's Lodge and nobody's there.
Damn it.
Kind of
I'm
candles
gonna-
out.
Are there windows? Can I like look through the glass?
Sure.
What do I see, or do I need to roll to see?
Roll to see in the dark house.
I have dark vision, right?
I don't know. Maybe you do, but still.
I think all elves have dark vision. Yeah, I know what
They
you
do.
Okay, I do.
Check your fucking character sheet.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
You people and you being able to see your character.
What do you mean, you people?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Me and Nimmer just have our face plastered against this glass. What do you see?
You both see, various animal heads, furs, and stuff. It looks like what you'd expect a guy whose profession is hunting is.
All right. Any of the animals, do they look particularly dangerous or scary?
Some of them absolutely do, yeah. But then there's parrot bear heads, a few extra large owl bear heads. You can see antlers, things that look like you'd rather not see.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. He does not seem to be here. Do you want to check the tavern?
Sure.
Where was the tavern?
The tavern is going to be right over here. Woo!
I'm going to the tavern.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to the smithy.
What? Actually, shit, there's a smithy? Fuck.
Yes, you dingus.
He
You're
wasn't
talking-
here.
Well, he should have been here.
You're right, but he
should
wasn't.
have been here.
What is going on? Stop Alright. Okay. Alright. I'm going to the blacksmith with Samson, not because I want to,
Oh, okay.
but
Oh my god, can you not for like 2 seconds?
Not because I want to. It's not like I like you or anything.
it's literally
Back up.
because bro. Alright. I'm gonna go I'm about to head out. And I'm just going to where's the blacksmith? Can you ping that bitch for me?
I'll ping that bitch for you, you fucking tsundere.
Ping
you,
the
baby.
bitch.
So it's
Hey,
right
you.
over here.
I'm there.
He's fast. That armor ain't holding him back.
Also new.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm finna peruse. Just finna see what's going on.
Cruising Perin.
So
Yeah.
as you walk
I'm gonna
up,
see-
Lose control.
as you get closer, you hear the tinking of a hammer, and you see two people hanging out there. One's swinging the hammer, and the other one's kind of just sitting aside. You want to roll me perception to see what you see of the shop?
Yes, I would love to.
God no, but I'll do it
Oh,
anyway.
hello?
Oh well.
Reception. Okay.
Oh! I
Seven.
did it! I'm so good!
So the Simpson's looking around, and he's seeing a bunch of shields, swords, pole arms, firearms, big ones, small ones, tall ones, long ones. And Prin sees sword, another sword, big sword. That's a knife. Prince got his eyes specifically on anything that has a bladed edge. Except for the bayonets on the firearms, because those aren't swords.
They're cowards' weapons.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So the blacksmith looks up and is like, "Hey, lads."
Howdy.
As he kind of like wipes his blacksmithing goggles for a second, he's like, "Oh, well, you're an odd couple.
Hello?
Oh, you know it.
Comers, forgive me, we don't get many
So,
outsiders."
And
I
don't
would-
worry
I would
about it.
love
We're here on our honeymoon. It's no big thing.
Honeymoon. Um,
So,
I think the funniest
Samson
part-
is just like doubled over laughing because between both his and Prin's reaction.
yeah, no, when he said couple, he meant like 2 people, not like 2 people.
Yeah.
he said he called us a funny couple.
Sir, I'm so sorry. Ignore him. He's stupid. However, hello. My name
Well,
is
that's not very
Stupid
nice to
Delicious.
say on your honeymoon, but
Yeah, Prin, how could you be like that?
We're not
I'm
married.
just imagining he's like forcing tears.
It's
Please
okay.
tell me
We're
no.
not.
Nope.
What? Hyun's not with them.
anyway, so yeah, go on.
I just. So, what do you have in your arsenal? I would like to peruse, if that's all right.
Anything on the walls? Clips, hangers, unless you want the hot stuff, but that's not finished.
No.
Don't worry about him. He's not here for the real business. I heard you were the man to talk to if I had something to do with this snail shell and I wanted to get made into stuff.
He kind of looks up in the general direction you're pointing. He's like, give me a second. I can't see a damn thing through these when there's actual light involved. As he takes off his, blacksmithing headwear.
Yeah,
Like-
the one that darkens out the sun, doesn't blind himself.
Yeah. Oh, so you killed a wasp carrier.
Yep, that we did.
As this stereotypical dwarf man kind of starts walking around the counter.
With
Well-
a stereo.
This needs to quench for a bit anyway, so he drops the piece of metal he was working on in a tube of oil. Well, so what were you thinking for it? Cut it up, slice it up,
So, you seem to be the expert on this. There's quite a few things I had in mind. Tell me which would be feasible and which would not.
shoot.
We were hoping to get our armor reworked with it, get some of that anti-magic going on, a little of that fire resistance. Something that'll help us survive a bit.
Right. Well, you are aware if you start putting this stuff all over your body, it may limit your capabilities. Right?
Joke's on you. I can't use magic.
So between the
We
two
still
of
have
us,
anything.
we ain't much of the magic sort.
As he kind of shoots an odd look to Prin, like, that one can't use magic? Is he sick?
I don't know, maybe.
Aw,
Well,
poor
my
Salamander.
My condolences, my tall friend.
The only thing I've ever seen him do is like spew fire and throw up his liquor. So I wouldn't call that magic.
My condolences, my tall friend. He says again. Well, I could use the atom in this to make a number of things. Certainly could get some carvings out. Let's get this off of old Dink, should we?
Of course, of course. And
Also, don't forget, it still has honey in it.
oh yeah. We also haven't managed to fully clean this thing out from all the wasp nested. I don't know.
Ooh. Well, I'd certainly knock something off our barter if I could get to keep the remaining honey inside. That stuff's good.
Oh, that's all yours.
Yeah. Still gonna need some other things though, so you're not completely off the hook. As he
I'd
waves
imagine not.
a dwarfy
Nothing's
figure
that
at-
easy.
Are you sure you're not from around here?
No, but I feel right at home.
Well, that's a statement of a century. I'm guessing you didn't have the necessary hydra scales to start carving through this, and that's why you delivered me an entire shell.
Well, we got... Yeah, we ain't got none of that. Probably we wouldn't have anyone as talented neither to work with it. Such as yourself.
Oh, now just because you're on your honeymoon doesn't mean you have to butter me up.
I,
my God.
listen, I'm just recognizing talent right as I see it.
He kind of just cocks an eye at you and is like, so is that what you saw in him? The kissing up part? As he says over his shoulder to Brandon.
With all due respect, and he's just gonna turn around.
He's got a big personality.
He means more to me than just his humor.
Can you, Samson?
I'll take care of you. Go do whatever it is you're gonna do. Please try to stop Celeste and Nim
What?
from doing something stupid.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, I
trusting
can do
you.
We're in the tavern, by
Yeah,
the way.
yeah, yeah.
I don't.
Because clearly the next most.
Listen, we
Well,
didn't
yeah,
have
but
much.
listen, okay. Kiala has most of Samson's trust to have something to stop something dumb from happening. And then
Okay.
it's Prin, and then Celeste,
So
and
first
then
off,
Nim.
we didn't spend that much time looking at the at the lodge. We've been in this tavern for a bit before Prin gets there, so
Yeah,
I'd
there-
imagine so.
There would
Yeah,
be
hijinks,
alcohol.
hijinks might ensue.
You just get there, it's on fire.
I was gonna say bar fight, but sure.
I feel like a bar fight happens all the time. Or it doesn't.
Anywho.
So yeah,
So Prin goes away.
Yes, because I assume you're going to make. Wait a minute. Wouldn't I have to? If you're trying to make like improvements to armor or like your weapons or whatever, would I not have to take off my armor?
you
Yes.
would have to, in fact, take off your armor.
I don't think this dwarf man's gonna follow you around and just be going. "Ting, ting, ting, ting."
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't your homeland.
You're such a bitch. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is a bitch, but he's your bitch.
Okay, well, if that's the case,
Wait a
yeah.
minute. Wait a minute.
hello.
Wait a minute. That was supposed to be a humor.
That was
Hello?
supposed to fly under the radar.
All right.
Yeah.
If that's the case, Jamie, if that's the case, Brendan's going to doff his armor.
He's
so
just
that
gonna go
means I'm
full blown
going to-
naked.
I'm
Isn't
gonna take
he
off my
naked,
armor.
though?
So wait,
Ooh, he's naked.
so wait, he doffs his armor, I assume, like in front of us at the at the smithy, right?
Yeah.
Bro,
Why would
he's
I?
gonna
Yeah.
be fully
y'all
cleaned
know
up on a
that's men,
Thursday
y'all can
afternoon.
fucking-
Do you think you should be doing that in the middle of the plaza?
As the guy in the back of the blacksmith that Samson could see just kind of like looks up and he's got this strange look on his face. Even the blacksmith's like, you know we have a changing stall if you gotta leave the armor here, right?
I
There are
wouldn't think
kids
you guys
walking
would,
through the
but
street.
I understand. I he like puts.
Oh no, it's a
Puts two-
pervert! Look away!
Bro, he was about to get double caked up on a Thursday
I'm
afternoon.
not naked under my armor.
Well, I mean, why is that?
I mean,
weird
why
getting
wouldn't
dressed
you
in
be?
the
You-
middle of the street?
Hold on,
Brother.
why wouldn't you be? What does a dragonborn need with cloth? You have natural
No,
armor.
no.
I'm
No, no,
trying
no.
to be
That's not what
cordial.
clothes are for.
It's
That's not
not-
what clothes are for.
It's not what the dragonborn uses the cloth for. It's what the noble uses the cloth for.
Oh, I got you.
Okay.
It's so great to have
Focus.
Prin back.
Bryn is going to stop what he's doing, and he's gonna go to the changing room and fucking change there.
The blacksmith
Alright.
just looks back at Sansa's like, quick to undress, huh?
Yeah,
You
he's.
have no idea.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Well, I suppose in that regards you got yourself a keeper.
Can I hear this? Can I hear this?
Yeehaw!
You can always
Yeah, really?
hear it.
I can hear this. Alright. Alright, cool. Yuck.
Yeah, there we go.
Anyway, he's gonna fucking have his armor on his person. He's not naked. Let it be known.
No
He
need.
has undergarments on. It's okay. Everything's fine. He has undergarments on.
He's in his boxer briefs.
Well, I mean,
Yo, don't talk shit. Boxer briefs are mad comfy.
no,
Yeah,
that's a strat.
That's a
they're
strat.
They're kind of like boxer briefs, but they're like obviously like.
Gold plated.
Oh shit! No, he's real shit.
No, but he wears like thermals under the armor, so it's not
I'm just
like
imagine him wearing like basketball shorts and like a tank top underneath.
Heck
He's
yeah.
just dressed up
I mean,
like
he-
Shaquille O'Neal.
he might as well, but
Prince
it's
sports anime outfit.
So
Oh my
he's just
God.
wearing thermals.
yes,
Oh,
you know, like you would and with armor.
Yes.
Like you would with armor, yeah. You just that is how it be when it do.
So you just come back in your thermal underwear and thermal shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Ooga.
Yeah, Prince is fine. He doesn't really care. Like it's not. There's no bit showing. He's fine.
No,
Everything's
what?
Except for, like, except for like his tail, I guess. But like that's normal.
There's a hole for that. It's fine.
He's just showing the tip of his tail.
No,
Yo.
it's like
Cover that up, man.
Man, we ain't exposing the
it's,
kids
it's
enough tips.
specifically made. It's specifically made for there's a tail hole that it fits through it. It's fine.
By the
Everything's fine.
finest artisanal.
All right.
Gold plated.
So-
Double caked up.
So we got his armor, my armor, and like as opposed to him, I'm just gonna like take off the bracers and just take off like the leather. Just right there, like it comes off in like a second.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, cause like I can just keep on my kilt, cause that's not the armor comes from the chest part. So yeah, I'll keep on my kilt. So yeah. it's
Well,
good.
that'd be included
Okay.
in the suit.
Well, there's no
Anything
armor
you
on the
want
kilt.
upgraded, it gets upgraded.
yeah, the kilt doesn't matter because there's no armor on the kilt. The armor comes from from my chest, so it's fine. I'll just take out everything from my waist up, and then I'll keep the kilt on because the kilt is just like part of the garment. You know what I'm
So
saying?
anyway, you come back and it's like, so yeah, I'm just working on 2 sets of armor. What you got taken off and what he has stripped off.
There is a few other things. If we could get done, I'd appreciate it.
Still here,
Um,
still waiting.
So let's see. You think you can make like blades with the shell?
Well, that's tricky. Because the component you want in here, as he's running his hands over the shell, is the atom. You want atom. And atom basically can be in any form you want. You can get it powdered, get it plated, get it melted down, drawn out. It's like a metal, but also more like a mineral. It's hard to explain. There's crystals, there's ingots. It's kind of a weird thing. The old man knows more than any of us, but that's to be expected at this point. So theoretically, I could try and draw one out into a sword, but the process is going to be a little extra. Not in terms of cost, but in terms of time. Have to burn out all the calcium and parts that make the shell, and the atom, and then I have to extrude it, draw it. It's kind of a whole thing. If I just use it as is and carve a blade out of it, well, have you ever thrown a seashell against a rock before? Kind of goes poof.
What's a seashell?
Well, you find them by the seashore.
What's the seashore? Who's by a seashore?
I'm sorry. My apologies, Samson.
So literally, Samson's just sitting there with that whole thing, just like, Soka. Soka.
Anyway,
I could do it, but it's gonna take some time. That's basically the point.
All right.
I'm not
And
gonna
the
make you
second
something that
thing-
breaks.
That I appreciate. Actually, would it be easier to enhance something with it than just draw it out plainly?
What do you mean?
Well, like, if instead of just having you make a whole few knives out of it, would it be easier if I just trusted you with my knives and you like reinforced it? Give it some of that property, or what?
Then I'd be making an alloy. Honestly, I'd have to melt down your blade, mix it with powderized atom, then make a new blade, and at that point, while theoretically you'd get a metal, you're gonna have bits of it that are atom and then aren't atom. You're gonna get mixed results with what you're trying to do. Not the greatest idea.
Hey, this ain't my expertise. I'm just shooting. I'm just shooting in the dark. Now, and third thing, just because it got me thinking, is there any way you can turn it into, what's the word they'll call it? Burris?
what?
Bars?
Yeah.
You mean these? As he kind of like opens up the drawer and just takes out different caliber rounds,
Mm-hmm.
all made out of the same stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
I'm
wondering why
gonna-
somebody toting around a bunch of guns was asking about blades and not about making Vars out of it.
Hey, I got multiple things for multiple situations. I do what I can. Yeah, the virus there. I take it you can make it in a caliber similar to this, and I'll pop out one of my bullets and show it to him.
He looks at it and is like, I certainly can. Can I see the firearms I'm making it for?
Sure, and I'll hand him one of my pistols and my rifle. So both of these take the same caliber. So I'm just looking for more of them.
Huh.
Can I be not fun for a minute?
Sure.
Flintlock ammunition would not be able to load into a percussion cap weapon, so Samson would probably want to provide some kind of thing, manual for how to make this type of stuff.
God, like Samson would know that.
He is a huge nerd for his own country.
Yeah,
He's a nerd.
he's a gun nerd.
Only for
We know
guns.
this.
Well,
And
Only
fair
for
enough.
guns and alcohol.
Fair
So-
enough, but I will say this, while it's an excellent point, you've only seen one native gun, which might not be a sample size you want to rely your judgment of all the firearms of Zanzibar on. Wink, wink,
Yeah,
nudge,
I'm
nudge.
just saying you should
True.
just be sure that he's making ammunition you can use.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like, he did it, he, like, brought out, I assume, like, what he was talking about was, like, cartridges for a gun that looks like something I would be able to use. Or
Yeah.
similar to what I have.
Yeah, but this is a professional here. You're gonna get the straight truth no matter what.
Yeah, so that's why I asked him.
So he's looking at your guns. He's popping out the cylinder from the revolver, and the rifle has a cylinder too, right?
Yes.
Can we establish that? Popping them both out, and he's giving them a real quizzical look, and he kind of closes them both up, and he sets them down on the table next to him. He's like, "Don't get this the wrong way, but where did you buy those from?" Well, I said buy. I meant trade.
Trade. Where did you trade for these? So I'm gonna. Well, these are from my my home country. It's a little landlocked place called Varisis.
Huh. Well, don't take this the wrong way, but Given them a once-over, these guns certainly seem like somebody botched the schematics for one of mine.
Botched, he says.
As he kind of walks over...
Prin's ears prick a little bit of that, actually.
He kind of walks over and reaches by and is like, "Excuse me, Ellis." And the guy in the hat, who's been sitting there the whole time, kind of just leans over and he grabs a rifle off the wall and brings it over. He's like, he measures it up to your rifle and he's like, "Yeah, no, just about the same make, same model." But as he pops the cylinder out, it's got more spaces, takes percussion caps, and he spins the cylinder cleanly, and it just spins around almost frictionless. And he goes to offer it to you to do an inspection.
I'll inspect it. In a Samson way.
Yeah, give me your advantage because it's firearms.
All right. What? For investigation, I guess.
I would say unless you could think of something that'd be more fitting. History might work because it's firearm history.
It's all the same.
It's all the same.
Intelligence is not Samson's strong suit.
So,
shocker.
Except for firearms, you'll get advantage on those.
All right. I guess it's investigation as opposed to history.
Yeah.
Come on, big money. A 10.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So you look at it and you're almost astonished. Aside from the basic hand cannon that you saw from the Traveler, this is in fact pretty much like your rifle, except it's got that same like old-timey vibe you'd have from getting something out of a dungeon in Varises. Like, it's more old school, but it's literally better.
So two things.
Even now,
two things
you in fact
go through Samson's mind with this. Is one, a lot of collectors at home would pay out the nose for something like this. A little wear and tear, a little history on it. I'm sure this could pass for a relic real quick for a few platinum.
You're a son of a bitch, but also I love it.
That and number two, Samson,
man.
Samson's just like, this it fits in his hand in like a really intuitive way. I guess is really the only way to say it.
Yeah, it's like the very schematic that was used to build this was only amplified by the skill of the craftsman.
These are mighty fine.
I thank you, but I can't take all the credit. We've been using the blueprints that we have for, well, as long as anyone can remember.
Probably even longer.
Probably. But, yeah, no. Don't mean to I don't mean to insult anybody's home antiques, but it's almost like somebody got a bad copy of the blueprints. As he kind of picks up your rifle and looks at it again. Honestly, I could probably improve this. You just have to change out the cylinder, put in the bearings. He literally, with the cylinder out, looks straight down the barrel and is like, "Yep, metal's a little soft. Certainly not a bad gun, but if you got into a firefight around these parts, well, no offense, you wouldn't be shooting for much longer."
What? Jeez.
It was next to Prin's name. I have no idea why.
Jeez.
Excuse me? What?
Oh no, something about Jade teasing you. As far as I know.
Hello.
It's spelled odd though.
Watch out now.
Tis.
Tistis.
Um,
What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
Unless it was somebody
Just
like
check.
mispronouncing his last name, it was like Belatis.
Oh.
Oh my
That
god.
actually makes sense. It might be the pronunciation at the end of his last name.
Belatis.
Belatis.
It's an artisanal name from the northern plains.
Anyway,
But I bet you wouldn't go there. You've never been there, have you?
You probably couldn't
Me and my
even
family
afford.
go there on vacation.
I fucking can't stand any of y'all.
The pronunciation
Straight
of my
up.
name
That's
is
a
too
lie. That's
strong
a
for
fucking
you.
lie.
You like
Anyway,
that. You're fun.
The pronunciation of my name is too strong for you, traveler. You need to talk to somebody with a weaker name.
Alright, I'll give it up.
Yeah, that was a good one. So we're here at the smithy. Just Now, if I were to ask you to start tinkering with this, give it a little bit of that and I'd like clap my hands together. I'm like, a little bit of that Zanzibar craft. I still be able to use the same bullets in that thing?
Oh yeah, they use a one-to-one identical capping system.
Excellent.
It's just whoever drew out this barrel. In fact, I don't even think it was drawn out. What did they just stick a rod and start jamming it down the back? I'm sorry, I'm getting real insulted, and I don't mean to be that way. I'm just a craftsman, and well, looks like
I
some.
pride in my work.
No. You are an artiste, and you're looking at You're looking at an imitation
Garbage.
from the words I'm getting from you.
Yeah, unfortunately, pretty much.
Listen.
Hold on. I'm so sorry to interrupt. Do you mind if I leave while you two talk?
You're still here?
You're still here?
I'm trying to be polite.
I'm the pretty one. This has gone over my head. I gotta go.
Shut up.
I don't have
Well,
the brain space for this. I need to go be pretty and beautiful somewhere else.
I was trying to be polite. I thought, there was.
No, yeah,
Unless
that's...
you want to get like some weapons made, then I guess you could just head out. Yeah.
Alright.
Do try to keep an eye out for Nim and Celeste. They seem to be
that's the plan, yeah.
troublemakers.
Alright. Well, yeah. The tavern, right?
Probably.
You don't need a sword sharpening or nothing. Hello.
Well, honestly, he hasn't used it a lot.
Shut
He's only used it. What is
Shut up, man.
For?
Shut
What is
up.
going on? What is happening?
Nothing. Continue.
Please,
saying
no.
words.
If you don't know, then
Continue
you can't
saying
afford it.
Strider, just don't. Please
Well,
save
alright,
yourself.
I won't.
Let's
Sharpen a sword or
let's
not?
just
Yes or no?
continue.
It's just gonna be one of those things you're gonna figure out 40
Let's
minutes
just
later.
continue.
Alright, well, Brenda's going to give like a little bow or whatever to the guy, and he's gonna head out to the tavern to check up on the other folk.
I'll tip my hat to Prin as he's leaving.
I take that as a no. Okay.
Trust me, I don't know what goes through his head.
Trust me, you'll start figuring it out in year 3 of marriage.
You're still on that? Anyway, so thinking armor improved, bullet, Varus, and a little work on my guns, and do you think we'll have enough Adam to make a few like knives here and there for it?
Well, drawing out the atom and making it into blades is gonna be less intensive than a full sword. I could probably make you a few. You'll have plenty of material left over, but it depends on what you want. A thrower.
Honestly, about yeah, I guess a thrower would be better. Pretty much my whole thing is magic people seem to be real good at a range, and well, with a little bit of this and a little bit of that, I think I can cover that range.
He kind of stops for a second. He's like, "You're not planning on really using that on anybody, are you?"
I said people. Forgive me.
You know what happens when you put that stuff in a person, right?
They die.
I'm actually not familiar. What does happen?
If you use magic, it's like the worst thing in the world. A little bit of atom inside your body literally severs your connection to anything. You're essentially useless. For
And
example,
you ain't just meaning in the magic way, are you?
well, it doesn't kill you, but if you've got atom in your body, there ain't no magic coming out of you until it's pulled out. Hence why we make the bullets. Useful for the creatures out there that go pew pew and boom boom.
And,
Yeah. So
Children.
in essence, if you put, for example, you've probably fought a parrot bear at this point, right?
yeah.
Judging that you came on Dink and the fact that, well, that means you came from
You
the
did what
port.
on Dink?
Well, if you were to shoot a parrot bear before it could get its nasty little call out, you find the very interesting fact that it literally stops being able to charm you. It's like you poisoned it. Moves just fine every other direction, but Adam literally severs any connection to magic you have.
And how many virus you think I could get for this reliably with everything I'm asking?
Well, with the remaining material that's not going into that or that, as he points to the stuff, and in terms of what would be left of the shell, I could probably bury you up to your waist in Varus.
In like this room, in like a bigger room, a smaller room.
If I put you in a barrel, I could put you up to your waist in ammunition.
You
That
have a
sounds like a
barrel.
deal. That sounds like a deal. And listen, you take anything left from it, and let me know what else you need to get started.
So, yes to the knives or no to the knives?
So that's just the armor and the virus, right?
Yeah, he's saying he can turn.
Exactly.
He's saying he can upgrade the armor, both sets. He doesn't need the Atom to tinker with your firearms, unless for some reason you want him to start replacing parts.
No.
And then he could use the remainder to make, up to your waist in a barrel of bullets.
I think I could skip on the knives.
Well, fair enough. So you're just gonna go for those 3 items?
Yeah, both of our armor's upgraded, and then all of the bullets.
I'll be right back. Something hit my foot, and I don't see anything, so I have to go tear my room apart.
It's the good
Fair enough.
host.
That's a massive jump to conclusion.
It's Mickey Mouse!
Haha! Something touched my foot. I have to burn down my house.
Dude.
I may have a spider in my house. It's gonna have to go.
So, can I have an actual number of how many bullets you'd want of this stuff? Because
How many
number-
would fit in a barrel?
a barrel up to your
A barrel
waist.
of up to my waist would be about like 500.
Are you
probably.
sure
Well, what
500?
caliber?
That's probably. What caliber? Let's get
I
Jade
don't
to help us.
remember. I feel like it was said before, but
Isn't there like a mathematical conversion we can do based on pounds?
Oh, okay.
A barrel can hold like what, 150 pounds, let's say, minus the weight of the barrel, and,
and
say
the dimensions of Samson's legs.
Okay, go on.
You got
I
thick
would-
working man legs.
Yeah, so that's fewer bullets. Because he's in the barrel too, based on this very
well, yeah,
weird-
but we can take Samson out of the equation.
Man, just ask for 500 bullets.
Yeah, maybe just ask for 500 and leave him the rest.
I know we're playing the math game, but like
I am always down for the math game.
No.
I am not.
All right, get calculating.
calculating.
Find me the exact volume and area of all your things. We'll wait until next week.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it right now.
Do you want to call
Alright,
out
I'm
to
gonna take a
MatPat?
nap.
You want to call out to MatPat and get some fucking help with those calculations, my friend?
Good night, guys.
we could cut to the shenanigans of the magic
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, you can cut to everyone else.
You're really gonna do these calculations?
Yes.
Alright, we're gonna cut to their shenanigans because.
Wait, I
Eddie's
woke up. What
insane.
happened?
Well,
Yeah, that
see,
is
Celeste
true.
is dead, the village is on fire, and Zanzibar.
Was it my doing? Was it my doing where the village was on fire?
Only a little bit.
Yeah, basically, you made Zanzibar angry, and now he rules the world.
Okay.
Well,
Wasn't that
He already
the
did.
case?
Yeah.
yeah, he
Also,
just
I didn't find whatever hit my foot, so.
Oh boy.
the house has to go on fire.
Yeah, I'll
This
help
is
you
what-
burn it.
It's
My brother
Jeremy!
has people over
It's
camp.
Jeremy!
Oh.
It's your friend, it's the bird.
It's Jerry, not Jeremy.
Yeah, whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh
yeah,
my
it was
god.
Jerry.
Unbelievable.
It was
Um,
Gerard.
Can't believe I
Alright,
forgot.
so
Jerry
So we're at
Birdfield.
that was a really good bird voice. So
Yeah.
we're at this tavern. I'm gonna peek my head in. And just, what's the vibe? Give me the vibe.
You're checking the
Wow,
vibe.
all right.
Vibe check.
Roll for vibe check.
Roll me
Right.
vibe check. No, actually, roll me vibe check.
What is that?
What does that entail?
It's vibe check and then roll.
It's probably Arcana.
Hello? What's going on, huh?
Yeah, you
Kinda
roll.
like
Okay, so Celeste
on
roll
right now?
me a nat.
Celeste understands the vibe of the entire world.
She
What the
has
fuck
her
is that?
fingers on the beat of the heartbeat of the world. Anyway, so yeah, Celeste sticks her head in through the saloon-style double doors. Instead of like looking over the doors or anything else, she just right through.
Yeah, I'm not tall enough.
Not tall enough for waist-height doors.
No,
She's
I'm
become Gremlin Celeste.
Nim's cursed me.
Yeah, when Nim is next to one other person, they equally share her gremlin nature and thus become gremlins themselves.
Hell yeah. Okay, what's up? What's going on in here?
So, because you got a nat 20 vibe check, it's popping. It's fucking popping in here, man.
People are
What the
going.
fuck?
People are going nuts. Are they like loud, abrasive?
No, they're just all having a good time. Just
Oh,
chatting
okay.
and chilling, taking it, moving about. Odd, considering it's not even noon yet, but hey,
There you go.
Zanzibar is as Zanzibar does.
All right, I'll like put my hands behind my back and stride in.
Nim
And-
follows.
I'll like walk up to someone just sitting at a stool who's alone, and I'll be like, "Do you know of the local hunter? I request a meeting with him."
You sit down next to this guy who just looks up at you and is like, "Who are you? And where'd you come from? And forgive me, but I'm not actually that comfortable with people I don't know. So,
So shall I get to know you, or shall I move on?
he kind of just slowly looks over to Nim.
Nim says, "Hi, good morning. How you doing? What are you drinking?" I'm Nim.
She's so much better
There.
at me.
Now you know her. Now you have to help.
So he actually just takes his cup, gets up, and walks away. Still just like maintaining eye contact with both of you, just still side walking away. Just like, oh.
I'll look over my shoulder. Nim, you were too abrasive.
Oh. I'll try to not be next time, I guess.
Okay. All right. I'll go to the bartender, but I won't sit down. I'll just like stare at him, or them, whoever's behind the counter.
This
are they
time it
doing?
is a she.
Okay. Yeah, she. I'll stare at her. And
Nim says, "Excuse me, ma'am."
And she's just wiping out a glass, and she looks over at him, just cocks an eyebrow at both of you. It's like, oh, these are not people I know.
They also can't pay for anything.
Yeah.
Nim has some stuff
I
on her.
can. I will just choose not to.
No one here can pay for anything.
Yeah, you guys have money. That's worthless here.
Nim
Yes,
has other
so
stuff.
we are here to request a meeting with the hunter. We heard he might be here. Are we correct?
Yeah, he lives here.
He
Uh-huh.
lives here.
What? Pardon my audacity, but what rock did both of you crawl out of?
Well, I did not crawl out of a rock per se. I crawled out of a tree.
That's really weird.
Yes.
And she just like, she gives you this 100% like, what the fuck head turn.
That is true though. I'm not lying.
Did
So,
it hurt when
Nim
you fell
goes-
from that tree?
Nim goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Nim. Nice to meet you. We came here with Rosebeard. And the, what's his name? The owlbear man said that we should look for the old hunter for our expedition."
And she kind of just like cocks her head back, like, okay. So I, okay. And as she points to him, are you in charge of this one?
Is she talking to Nim or
She's
me?
talking to Nim about you.
I'll look over at Nim and then I'll look back at the bartender. Yes, she is. And I kind of I like try my best to hide my rolling eyes.
Oh dear.
So
This
she
is
looks
my
at him
keeper.
and it's like, well, it's very nice to see a young lady as yourself taking care of the special needs.
Wow, what an ableist man.
Well, you know, she asked where this person came from, and this random person just like, I didn't come out of a rock, I came from a tree!
She did not ask me where I came from. She said, "What rock did you crawl out of?" And I answered truthfully. I did not crawl out of a rock.
Well, it wasn't a literal statement. It was...
Do you remember who I am?
I know exactly who you are!
Yeah.
I know! I know why this has happened. I understand that it happened. But it's still happening, because this is natural progression.
I like it.
You answered very literally to something that, to this person's mind, no sane person would answer. Also,
Well,
she thinks
you know,
you're crazy. So instead of assuming
maybe
you're...
I am. Maybe I am. What's the problem?
Yeah, it's not an ableist thing. She just literally thinks you might be a little special needs because you think you came from a tree.
So Nim goes, "Thank you for your patience. As you can see, we're a tad bit out of our element. So if you have any advice, we'd be happy to listen."
Just wait till Pran gets here.
Oh,
It's gonna make
yeah,
things
that'll
worse.
go swimmingly.
It's gonna make things worse.
It's gonna go absolutely
The three people who
swimmingly.
clearly know their way around taverns.
This is the first time Nim's been in a place that serves alcohol.
Oh
Also,
god,
forgive
I
me.
did not consider that.
So anyway, she's just like, uh-huh, and do you have a guardian for both of you? Because, well,
Yeah, our two dads are out doing something else.
because, well, no offense, dear, you're definitely a little young to be in, well, she points with the glass to the beer keg behind her, a tavern, and, well, this one I don't think she should be drinking.
Did she?
Which
Who
one?
who did she point to?
She pointed to Nim saying she's too young, and she still thinks that you're disabled.
All right. So, yes, you're correct. She is, but I am of age. No worry.
Oh, so Nim says, we're not here to drink. We're just looking for the old hunter. He wasn't at his shop, so we came here.
Oh? Oh, come. Oh. Can't wait to tell him that. She kind of like wrings
That's
her
what
hands.
the man said. He said, go find the old hunter.
Yeah, well, I don't rightly know where he is right now. He was here a little while ago, but, well...
Did he
where-
mention where he was going, or does he frequent other places than his shop?
Well, if you've been at his shop and you've been here, then unless he's out in an alley somewhere and he didn't walk off with no liquor this time, I'd say he might be visiting his old friend at the smithy.
Are you... Okay, thank you.
If he's not there, do you know any other place he'd be instead?
Unless he goes out hunting, but I don't remember him leaving. At least not for another day or two. Sorry, sweethearts. I really don't know.
That's fine. You've been most helpful, though. Thank you very much.
Yes, appreciate you.
She just looks at Celeste and is like, man, that's a weird way of saying things.
I'm eyeing her, and staring right into her soul.
Can Frin enter this?
You can absolutely
Yeah.
enter.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes.
Alright.
Boom! Bitches, I'm fabulous! I'm here! Celeste, where are you?
He kicks down the door like Emperor's New Groove. Boom, baby.
Just starts walking through the tavern like Blanche Devereaux, just like, the fabulousness is here.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
No. Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. What was holy shit? What I said or something else? We're just the image. We're just the image of Prin looking like Blanche Devereaux. Anyway, Prin enters.
Yeah, I mean
It's pretty
he's
obvious where
going-
we are.
Yeah, Lord. Well, yeah, he's gonna walk in, and are there actually? I had a thought. Are there any like Dragonborn? Has he seen any Dragonborn since he's been here?
Not yet. You've
Oh,
seen
Jesus.
generic humans. You've probably seen some elves. You've definitely seen a gnome. You've seen dwarves. The rancher's cousin man, who you just met, said that there's tabaxi somewhere. But as for Dragonborn, not yet.
Okay. Well,
Not in person,
so
anyway.
So I assume when he walks in, like, what's the vibe? When he walks in the door, like,
What's the vibe?
You gotta roll a 1d20 vibe check.
Yeah, roll that 1d20 vibe check.
this is so.
You asked.
You asked. Don't throw shade at me
Oh.
because you're trying to vibe check.
Fine.
You requested this.
Don't get vibe checked, man.
Well,
Man,
It's
you killed the
annoying.
vibe.
So there was about half capacity already from the two strange little gremlins running around the tavern. And then Prin just saunters up through the door, big and proud.
alright, he's not wearing his armor, is he?
No.
Okay.
He's wearing the bottom half of it, which is just like his kilt. Otherwise, no.
He's wearing the kilt that Daddy gave him.
Okay. Go
Who's
on.
that half-naked man?
So this man basically in his pajamas just steps into the tavern, just in full view of everyone. And as they were already eyeing Nim and Celeste, the other like half of the half look over at Prin, and then the tavern gets another half quiet. It's 75% quieter since everybody arrived. The vibe is just dying, and they're like,
As Prin walks up to us, I'm gonna say, Prin Kulo, you are squandering our investigation.
What? What do you mean?
That's rough,
Sonic?
buddy.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Are you
This
two?
nice
Are
lady
all
says we
three?
need to go check out the smithy.
What? I just came. What? I just came from the smithy.
Did you
And we're
find the
going back
hunter?
now.
No, I didn't find the hunter.
Young
I
man,
didn't
why are you in your pajamas?
Excuse.
But he's still wearing the metal pants, right? Or the kill.
Yeah.
He's wearing the kill and thermal underwear with a thermal top, so he's fully covered. But it really just looks like he's in his pajamas with a kilt tied around him.
So that was the bartender, right?
Yeah, she's just
Yeah.
like, and she immediately looks at there. She's like, "Young miss, are you in charge of this one too?"
No.
I'll tell him to put some clothes on
Excuse
right
me?
away. Let's go get
Nim.
you dressed, young man.
Nim. Come on. Ma'am, excuse me, I'm sorry. Did any of these two cause you any trouble?
No,
Is that what happened?
You're causing trouble.
we did not.
No, not as much trouble as a near naked salamander walking
I'm
in my
wearing
tavern.
Regular clothes.
I'm wearing clothes.
To them, it looks like pajamas.
Oh my god.
But it's higher quality than the shit they wear.
Exactly, which is why it looks like
Starters.
pajamas. Like, to them, it looks like he just strolled up in the most ornate clothes ever because it's like actual quality materials. So to them, it's like sleeping wear. These people don't know much.
Anyway,
But yeah, so she looks at you, she's like, not half as much as my bar getting, as the atmosphere in my bar getting killed off from a half-naked salamander in his pajamas walking in here.
oh my god. What is
Do not worry. The atmosphere was grim as it was.
First of all, ma'am, I am a dragonborn of the red scale. Second,
Oh, here he goes.
Friend, we don't have time. We need to go.
alright, fine. Let's
Thank you.
leave. Now,
Bye,
please.
ma'am.
Goodbye, sweetheart. As, you know, all three of you walk out, like, now there's just demon eyes latching on to your little group. As that
I'll
last...
stand over all of them. I'll give them all the same glare as I walk out.
He's definitely gonna. Prin is definitely actually gonna just like. He's gonna look a bit irritated. For sure. You don't like these motherfuckers.
For real.
No
So
respect.
once we get outside, Nim goes. So he's either at the smithy or in an alley, and that's all we've heard.
Well, we've been to this. I've been to the smithy with Samson, and we did not find him. So.
You
I
did
guess
not ask from what I heard.
No, I didn't.
But friend, we
see.
gotta get you some clothes, otherwise they're gonna think you're a pervert.
I am literally wearing clothes. I am.
You're wearing
literally
underwear,
clothes.
friend.
His clothes are nicer than anyone else in this town.
They're undergarments. They're for my armor.
So then you're naked. Let's go.
I'm not naked. All right, breathe. It's
Are we
alright,
heading
it's
back to the
fine.
fucking Smith?
Yeah,
I'm going.
We
Okay,
are?
I'm going.
I'd imagine you
Alright.
are.
The
Friend,
same
how much
still.
bench?
How much is what?
How much is
friend
he
bench?
bench?
How much do you bench press?
Me?
How much do you lift?
The
Do
carrot
you
did
even
not
lift,
do
bro?
Strider.
I know, motherfucker. How do I determine that? Because he weighs a.
Man, he has a
bit.
+5 in strength. He looks like.
I'm very. Yeah.
500
he's
pounds.
very-
Times 15.
Say that again.
It's like strength times 15 or something.
Oh, that's
times-
well. That's your carry weight. That's not necessarily how much.
Yeah,
you
that's
bench.
not bench press.
But for the sake of the fact that there's probably not an actual thing for how much you can bench press.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
actually,
Oh no. Oh brother.
let's see.
Take a page out of the Muscle Nancy book.
That's accurate.
1d20 bench press. Oh, Celeste.
So Celeste is that meme of SpongeBob struggling to lift the two teddy bears.
Yeah.
I should have did a -2 to that, so it would be a 0.
God.
Anyways, Samson just sitting there at the the blacksmith.
Well, Fred really wasn't gone long. He was gone maybe a few moments at best, so he's already coming back.
I'm gonna stomp off, and then when I see Samson sitting there, I'm just gonna stare at him for a second. I assume you have not found the hunter.
The who? What now?
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna walk up to the blacksmith. Excuse me, sir. Do you know of this old hunter that dwells within this town?
Wait. There's 5 of you?
Yeah,
Yes.
Well, 4 of you, rather, because Tiala's not here.
Hello.
Kiala's off yalla-ing.
Hyallicking through the forest.
that's really hard
Not
to
going
say.
back to the forest.
It is. It was actually a little hard to say.
Yeah, licking.
Through the
You have to
forest.
really like sit and think about that.
Yallicking.
But anyway,
God.
so he just looks at you and is like, well, why do you need our hunter?
We are here to perform a biological expedition, and we would like to know the local wildlife a little better. No man better to do that than the hunter.
Right. And as he looks at Prin and Samson, you two didn't mention this before. Why?
You didn't
Oh,
know.
I assumed we were gonna go look for him afterward. Wait, do you mean the biological thing, or looking for the hunter?
No, looking for the hunter. As he literally points to the man who's been sitting in the back of the blacksmith this whole time.
They have a one-track mind. Ignore them.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
You know, I'ma reckon that you're here because going to the tavern for info didn't lead to nothing.
No,
Yes,
the
it did.
tavern lady
It
told
led
us to
us
come
here.
here.
Oh my god.
Oh, so I was right all along. Look at that. Another one on the scoreboard for Samson.
The blacksmith
Anyway.
is still standing there, pointing at the one man you failed to acknowledge.
I'm
Lynn
ignoring
said
it right
hi.
now. Yes, and then you subtract that point from your scoreboard by coming here and not asking for the job we were. Yes, I'm gonna go walk to the hunter in the back.
Yeah, because I wasn't looking for the
Shut up.
hunter yet.
Please shut
Yeah.
up. Please shut up.
Nim follows.
Greetings, sir. How do you do?
He kind of just looks up from under his brim. His face still kind of cashed in the... Whoa! Hunter with a brim! Whoa!
Let me go around.
But he kind of just lifts it up, his hat up, his face barely illuminated by the light of
Fire?
of the smithy. And he just doesn't say much. He just starts eyeing you up and down.
Oh, I am back. This is my kind of man.
Nim says
wait,
good
are you-
morning.
And he kind of just slightly nods at Nim, but he goes back to eyeing both of you up.
Greetings. We are here to perform a biological expedition, and we would like your assistance.
He fully just looks up to you, his face revealed, and he just thinks for a moment. He's like, "And what does that have to do with me?"
Samson's gonna laugh.
Are you not familiar with the local wildlife?
You know, my little Ripperoo, I would choose words very carefully on account of I don't know you. As he kind of just picks up a shotgun and he drapes it across his lap. And I don't know that I like you yet, my little dingo.
Well, we are in the same boat in that regard. So consider us even.
Fern is gonna.
No, I want to stop Fred from going and be like, no. Let's see where this goes first.
Nim goes, oh, pardon my rudeness. My name is Nim. It's nice to meet you. We were referred to you by the owl bear farmer. I don't ever know if we got his name.
Rancher.
That dude.
Rancher.
Rancher.
Yeah.
The owlbear
This is
rancher. He said you were the person to go to because you know your stuff.
Why? Fair enough. I'll have to thank Jensen Slater for the little recommendation. But I'm still not saying what this has to do with me.
Well, we have to cross through the desert. And we were told that we die if we don't know what we're doing. But you know what you're doing.
You've made it out alive, and that is quite impressive. Is there a seat across from him?
Not really, but he's gonna get
Let's
up.
say, is this a smithy or a cafe?
He's
I'm
gonna
just
Oh.
he's gonna get up, and you're gonna see that he's about as tall as Yella, but he is one slender man.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
shit.
not a slender man.
Oh, brother.
Those
Not-
are scary.
Not that kind of slender man.